Hello and welcome to another Wellness Wednesday. This week I wanted to talk about movement and how different movements and have very different characteristics. So specifically talking, movement can be categorized into three topics in general. One of them being physical activity, and that is the overarching category of movement. Physical activity is any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles to elicit an energy expenditure by our body. So in simple terms, that is just movement from our body that requires energy, which is a lot of things. Pretty much anything where your body is moving for a continuous amount of time. So gardening, cleaning your house, manual labor, all of those things are considered physical activity. To exercise, which is a subset of physical activity, exercise is categorized by being a planned, structured, and repetitive movement typically done to improve or maintain physical fitness. So that is your many forms of exercise. So we have weightlifting, you have running, your cardio things, swimming, biking, all of those things that you do in a planned, structured fashion to improve or maintain your physical fitness is what exercise is. And then our third category is another subset of exercise, which is sport. And that is going to be anything an individual or a group of individuals do together that is highly skilled and has defined terms with it. So typically your rules. And that is going to be what sport is. So again, running, biking, swimming, those things can be exercise and also sport if there are specific parameters resulted around them. And so running becomes a sport when you have a designed start and a designed stop, endpoint, and you are being recorded by your time. Things like that make those small distinctions between exercise and sport. Where we have our very typical sports that we don't typically confuse with exercise because it's a team sport and you don't do it for exercise, it's mainly done as a sport. So your baseball, softball, soccer, even if you do it recreationally, because there are rules around it and it has its defined structure, it is sport. And so when we think about our health and wellness, we don't have to do sport to be healthy. We don't have to do exercise to be healthy, but we do have to do physical activity. And depending on what your preference is, you may move up our pyramid into the more specialized sport, but that's not necessary for health and wellness and to better your health and wellness. It does have a little bit more specificity to it, and so it can elicit more of a response because it just is more demanding on the body, and what goes into sport is different than what goes into physical activity. But at the end of the day, we need to be participating in physical activity on a regular basis to help negate adverse health effects. Routine physical activity, regardless of whether that turns into exercise or sport for you, is necessary for your body to function at a healthy level.